Nance and Joe Nassar are the living miracle of Our Lady of Guadalupe, and their story on how they became evangelizers of the Blessed Virgin Mary originates from a rough patch in their lives.
Well, I had a small lesion. It was an oral cancer issue. It was a skin cancer, and I had a small lesion in the very far back of my tongue that never would heal. The doctor was alarmed at what he saw, and he decided to do some surgery to remove what turned out to be a cancerous tumor. So after all this process, the radiation therapy began the middle of January of 2012 and went through the end of February. Every day we went down to the hospital, and through the end of February of 2012 was the end of the radiation treatment. A medical friend of mine told me that, first of all, you need to take care of this, because if you don't, this will kill you. He told me that people that don't have a strong faith foundation don't make it.
One morning, I was at Mass, and Mass had started. I was kneeling down, and a voice in my head said, "Someone in church wants to talk to you." And at that point in time, a lady in church came from the back of the church to my pew and shook my hand, and she said, "I'm praying for your husband." And Mass went on, and at the end of Mass, she came and visited me. And she said that she would like me to start praying to Our Lady of Guadalupe. Through our prayers and the encounters that we had, we came through it at the very end, that he is now working on his 5th year of being free of cancer. Our Lady of Guadalupe is the Blessed Virgin Mary, Saint Juan Diego, who lived up in the mountains of Mexico. And one morning he was on his way to Mass, and he heard someone call his name, and it was the Blessed Virgin Mary. And she said, "Tell the bishop that I want a church or a chapel built up here." And the bishop is not so inclined to really believe what he's saying. Right. And so he told Juan Diego, "I'm going to need some proof." He met Mary again the next day or two and said, "The bishop's got to have some proof, who are you and everything about you." And she says, "Well, go up a little bit farther, higher in the mountains, and pick roses." And it's in the middle of the winter, and there are no roses. But when he gets there, there's a bush of red roses. And it's a poncho-type cloak, which is called a tilma. And so he lifts it up and fills it with roses. The bishop wants to know, what does he have? And so he drops the tilma, and the roses do fall on the floor, but the picture of Our Lady of Guadalupe is on his tilma, and it's still there today. And it's in Mexico City at the Basilica.
Someone can help you. So that's my suggestion. Because once you get into something like this and you don't have that, it's difficult to get that foundation put in place. So if you don't have it now, I suggest that you begin working on that soon. That was easy.
This is Jack Hellier and Eliase Zena from RJTV.